Do you still use chests for storage or make this awful redstone contraption to store your items? Well, you're doing it all wrong. Today, I'm going to share with you the 14 things in Minecraft that you're probably doing wrong. Starting with number 1, barrels instead of chests. While chests are great for early game items, being able to be made into a double version of itself, barrels are just better. Chests can cause lots of lags in late game when you're making farms, and not only that, but barrels are literally cheaper. A chest uses 8 planks to craft, which is 2 logs. On the other hand, a barrel uses 6 planks and 2 slabs, which is 1 less plank. Next time you're going to make a storage room, consider using barrels instead of these lag monsters. On the topic of storage, the old redstone machines are just outdated. You used to have to get these materials to store a few chests automatically, but using the copper golem is so much better. 1 copper golem can sort out 9 chests and put the other items it can't use into a junk chest, which another copper golem could take out of and look through 9 more chests with. This cycle could be repeated as many times as you want, which makes it so overpowered and much more efficient than using redstone to sort. Number 3. You know how in the Nether you see lots of these blocks? Well, by mining this, you could get anywhere from 2 to 6 gold nuggets, and a Fortune 3 pickaxe will give you anywhere from 7 to 9. Instead of doing this, you could smelt into a gold ingot, which is the equivalent of 9 gold nuggets. Then you could barter these ingots with piglins for better items. And just some advice, by building a contraption like this, the piglin gives items instantly. Number 4. In very early game, like a few minutes after you spawn in, people usually use wood as fuel to smelt their food. But using logs is inefficient. 1 log smelts 1.5 items, and so does a plank. So by crafting a log into 4 planks, you could smelt 6 items. But if you turn those into slabs, then you could smelt even more, because for some reason, slabs smelt the same amount of items as logs and planks. This brings your total from 1.5 items per log to 12 by using slabs. On the topic of smelting, when you're smelting large amounts of objects, maybe lots of stone into smooth stone, then using charcoal is just wrong. Each piece of coal smelts 8 items, so 9 pieces of coal would smelt 72 items. But by crafting those 9 pieces of coal into a block of coal, then you could smelt 80 items, which is the equivalent of 10 coal. You should only use this when smelting stacks at a time, because if you were to smelt only 10 items or so, then when you're done smelting, the furnace will burn the rest of the block. So stick to individual pieces of coal when smelting a few items. Number 6. Using slabs and coal blocks to smelt is pretty cool, but they don't beat kelp smelting. By making a tiny farm like this, you could get infinite kelp, which seems pretty useless at first. But by smelting 9 pieces of kelp into 9 dried kelp, you could craft a dried kelp block, which smelts 20 items. With that, you could smelt 20 dried kelp, which crafts 2 blocks, and you could repeat the cycle as many times as you want. Number 7. You can now make a lot of torches using copper. Let's say a copper vein is 10 ores, even though it's probably a ton more. Without any fortune, 1 ore drops an average of 4 raw copper, which means 40 from 1 vein. Each ingot could craft 9 nuggets, which means 360 nuggets. Each nugget combined with a coal and stick can make 4 torches, which means 1,440 torches from 1 vein of copper. Number 8. Next time you see a wandering trader, don't kill it for leads, because you could give it all your emeralds for wood, because 1 emerald trades for 8 logs. Then you could convert those into sticks and sell it to the Fletcher, and boom, you just doubled your emeralds. Then you could kill it for leads. Number 9. Using the wandering trader for wood and trading is pretty cool, but you shouldn't have to give the Fletcher your own wood. Wood should be used for other builds, especially if you're not in a forest and need a lot of wood. Instead of using the Fletcher, you should use the cartographer. 11 glass panes can be traded for 1 emerald, which means 4.125 pieces of glass for 1 emerald. And smelting the sand into glass shouldn't be a problem if you use one of the 3 strategies from before. And if for some reason you're out of sand, just make a simple gravity block duplicator and your problem is fixed. Number 10. If you make pixel art in your world or anything that requires colored wool, then coloring the wool is horrible. Because if you were to dye the sheep with whatever color you want, then every time it eats grass, its wool is permanently the color you dyed it. So whenever you shear the sheep, you get the wool of your choice. Number 11. Speaking of making builds, stairs are really common. They just make the build look 10 times nicer, and it's pretty cool. But crafting stairs, especially a lot, is wrong. Because in the crafting table, 6 blocks makes 4 stairs, and using a stonecutter, the ratio is 1 to 1. This means you're saving 33% of your blocks while making a lot more stairs. Number 12. Many people put mending on their bow so that they don't have to worry about the durability of it, and either make a skeleton farm for arrows or just trade with a Fletcher. But infinity is just better, because you'll never have to worry about arrows, which means saving inventory space, and you could literally repair your bow and an anvil with an unenchanted one for less than 10 levels. So if you could repair your bow's durability with both enchants, then you should be using infinity. Number 13, curing villagers is key to great trades, but wasting time is just dumb. You see, the wait is usually 5 minutes after you splash the villager with a weakness and give it a golden apple. But by just leaving the world and rejoining, this time is skipped, and when making a big trading haul, this could save hours. Finally, number 14, people always carry water buckets, swords, blocks, and pickaxes in their inventory at all times. But personally, I also carry a bed. Not because you're always going to be sleeping, but if you're ever about to die, then quickly setting your spawn is so useful, especially if you're far from home.